What's up, fellas? So big upper pecs look really cool. They make you look really strong. And if they get really, really big, you look like a rhino walking down the street. The problem is that a lot of us don't know how to hit them effectively. And today I want to share something new with you. So I've made a couple of videos talking about things that are awesome that you can absolutely try, but this is something that I just haven't thought of or didn't conceptualize till recently. The main thing and the main problem that everybody has when it comes to hitting their upper pecs is a question. What's the optimal angle to hit our upper pecs? And a lot of times videos don't have a satisfying answer, in my opinion, about how to go about doing that. They say, well, just try it out till you find something that works for you. Well, no duh, that's not particularly helpful in my opinion. So what we're gonna talk about today is how to actually go about finding that for yourself, because it is different for everybody and you are going to need to experiment. But I'm cutting out the middleman and showing you exactly how to do that. Returning viewers will know that I'm a big enjoyer of ring work for upper body development, but how we're using it today is specifically as a teaching tool in a 3-step process where we end up having a better connection with our upper pecs. Now, if you don't have gymnastics rings like that pair I got right there, you can also use TRX. It's like a suspension training system that most gyms have. It'll do the exact same thing for this purpose here. Now, why are we using rings? Do I just want you to buy rings? Well, yeah. But I also am telling you to use rings because they serve a particular purpose here. The main and distinct benefit of using rings in the first place to feel our upper pecs is that you can squeeze into the pecs really good with these. Now, the really cool thing with that is that sometimes people have trouble distinguishing what's working if it's just a stretch-based movement, right? Some people get it, some people don't. But it's really hard to not feel if something is squeezing or not. And you'll get that really good, hard, contractile sensation in your upper pecs that will infer that they're working. Now, another thing is that biomechanically, they're very similar to an incline press. And that's just a gigabrain way of saying the same fucking thing. So what you practice here is gonna have carryover for when you eventually do like your incline barbell press, your incline dumbbell press. So you're gonna adjust the rings up or down depending upon what you need to get that good squeeze on the upper pecs. And then you're gonna record yourself from like a side angle so that you can see what your torso angle is and where you're bringing your hands to. This is gonna bring us into step 2 and eventually step 3. But it's very important that you find that optimal angle. It's super easy, fellas. You could literally do it in 5 minutes. 5 minutes is an overstatement. It'll take 30 seconds, okay? This is the really, really helpful part of the video and the part that I really want y'all to share with everybody. All right, so step 1, simple. Step 2, even simpler, bro. Just repetition, practice. So we found this angle that allows us to hit our upper pecs really well. We now need to just take some time to ingrain this new movement pattern, this new technique into our bodies so that we could transfer it to other exercises. Does that make sense? So much the same, talk about squats for a second in a freaking upper chest video. A big teaching tool for me on squats was using movements that didn't load up my lower back and really focusing on keeping my knees over my toes and not using my hips. And then that later allowed me to squat with a barbell in a way that targets my quads more. It's the same thing with this, except for we're talking about the shelf, the upper chest, okay? Does that make sense? How we're gonna do this is super easy and it's fun because you're using, in my opinion, one of the best pec builders around, a deficit weighted push-up on rings. But you're just going to include it in your program as an accessory for 4 weeks or up to 4 to 6 weeks. You know, just get the most out of it. And all the while, you're ingraining this new movement pattern, you're smashing your upper pecs, and you're becoming really well acquainted with what that feels like. And you also know what angle you need to put your adjustable bench to when you eventually do, like, again, barbell bench press, dumbbell incline bench press. All right, step 3 is where we can start to take what we've learned in step 1 and 2 and just apply it to other exercises. Some of my favorites are some that I've covered in other videos. Again, incline bench does work the upper pecs. Flat barbell bench is gonna work the upper pecs. All movements that work your chest in a horizontal-ish movement pattern are gonna work the upper pecs, okay? That's just how it works. But we're just emphasizing them with the torso angle and the bar path. Does that make sense? But rest assured, everything is gonna work everything. We're just emphasizing here. But we can take it and we can apply it to like ring flies, pec flies, dumbbell bench press is one that's really good. I really love incline dumbbell bench press. It's just as good as a weighted ring push-up in a lot of ways. We can do fly presses. There's a million different things that you can do. But we understand the angle that we need to put our bench to, or if we do like a calisthenics exercise, so say you don't want to do the push-ups on rings, you just want to do them on parallettes. Well, you already know what angle you need to hit. So it allows us to really, really just become masters of this upper pec movement pattern. I'll tell you what, since using rings for every part of, honestly, bro, like a year now, it has completely changed the way that I just move with regards to my horizontal presses. No longer can I not get a deep, painful stretch. And even though I can't squeeze with a barbell, I'm still following a lot of the same cues that I follow on a ring push-up. So this is really, really gonna revolutionize shit for you guys. And again, if you don't have rings at your gym or you don't wanna buy them, and your gym has a TRX, you can use the TRX. The same. It's not the same thing. The TRX is shit, honestly, for ring specific training. But for what we're using it for, it's just as good. Now, having a good adjustable bench, very important. I'm sitting and I don't just use this freaking thing as a chair, okay? It's a nice looking prop for my videos that I use to show it off. But I use the Bells of Steel Buzzsaw Bench 2.0. It has a lot of points of adjustment on it. It's very sturdy, it's economical. You can store it vertically, so you can take it and stick it against the wall or a corner or put it in your garage. There's a lot of different things that you can do with this thing. What I also really like about it is that there's attachment that you can put on it. You can do sit-ups on it, hamstring curls, leg extensions, a whole bunch of different things. You would be surprised, fellas, like a lot of gyms are very, very keen to receiving new equipment. So you just talk to them before you purchase and be like, hey, I'm looking to get this. I'm interested in donating it to the gym, especially if it's a freaking piece that you're gonna use for a long time and it's a gym that you're gonna be training at for a long time. They'll be like, say no more. Even better, bro, if you train at home, you get this here. There's a link in the description if you're interested. That's if you're really sold on doing dumbbell presses and barbell bench presses. I'm gonna tell you a freaking secret, bro. I really, really prefer doing calisthenic chest presses as my accessories if I'm just training purely for size. Now, if we're training for strength as well, yeah, you're gonna wanna go with the barbells, the dumbbells. But if we're just training for hypertrophy, bro, in my opinion, the weighted calisthenics are always gonna be better, and you don't need to buy really anything for that. You don't even need rings at this point, right? So you just need something to prop your feet up on, and then maybe some books that you can put your hands on to get some more range of motion. But other than that, you don't need to pay a dime. So just some options depending upon what you're interested in. All right, that is my easy 3-step process to hitting the upper pecs. I hope that this has answered a question for a lot of people who are wondering, like, dude, how do I find it? Like, tell me how to find the optimal angle for hitting my upper pecs. Now, this is gonna be really helpful for a lot of people, so I want you to share this video with a buddy, like the video, all that stuff, so that we can get this out there and show people how to hit their upper pecs, because it's something that, you know, when I was starting off training, I'm like, dude, the incline bench press doesn't hit my upper pecs. Like, how can I make this work? This is me using the Sammy Sausage Head voice on myself, because I wish I knew this, all right? So share this with a buddy. Also, if you go in the description and in the pinned comment, there is a free list of resources, including free programs. You could take what you learned here, plug it into those free programs. Everybody's loving Beast Slayer right now. So you go ahead, click into those free programs and try out Beast Slayer. I particularly recommend the hybrid version of it. That's actually what I'm using right now myself, a variation of it anyway. Watch these videos now that you've watched this one. Have a great day.